Ariana, Daddy wants you to go up and clean your room.
But why?
Well, because Daddy said so. So go up and clean your room, okay?
But why?
Why? Well, because Daddy said so. Can you please go up and clean your room?
But why?
Well, because Daddy said so. So go up and clean your room, please, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Shalom, shalom, mishpocha. Welcome to another edition of Ray Bash's Ramblings. Today, I'm going to be discussing the topic, because I said so. There are a certain set of laws in the Torah, among the 613 commandments, that in the Hebrew are called Chukim. And these Chukim, commandments or laws, mean that God has commanded us to do something, but has not given us a humanly logical, or any explanation whatsoever why to keep these commandments. So many rabbis have speculated and guessed why we have to keep these commandments, but ultimately we don't understand. We don't know because God hasn't given us the answer. So, simply put, why do we keep those commandments? Because God said so. You've heard the saying, Father knows best. Well, God is Abba Father, Yahweh Abba Father. And, He tells us to do certain things, and we do it because, number one, we love Him, and because we know He knows best. But as a parent, kind of think of God as a parent, which He is, and kind of put yourself in that position. If any of you are parents and you've asked your children to do something, just as I asked Ariana, a lot of times they'll say, why? Now, in your head, you could decide to logically and, step by step explain why. But you know what? 9 times out of 10, if you explain to your child why you want them to do something, guess what the next question is going to be out of their mouth? But why? And so you're going to be in this vicious cycle of answering why questions, and it'll never end. So to save time, to save heartache, to save trouble, you say, because I said so. Because in your mind, you know that maybe your child cannot fully comprehend why you want them to do something you've asked them to do. But because, God says, children, obey your parents and the Lord, for this is right, or honor your father and mother, they do it because you said so. And, think about God, how He is infinite and we are finite. If an infinite God explains why He wants us to do certain commandments, our finite mind, our childlike mind, cannot wrap our little brains around it and understand it. And the next question out of our mouth to God would be, but why, Daddy? Why do we have to keep this? So to save time, to save heartache, to save trouble, God just says, thus saith the Lord. God says, because I said so. So there's certain commandments, for instance, kosher. Why not eat a pig? Well, the Torah specifically does not say. Now we have scientific explanation, we have reasonings and speculations because a pig will eat anything and you are what you eat, that pigs do not have sweat glands, so therefore when an animal sweats, that's how it gets rid of the toxins, and therefore the toxins stay in the meat. There's an indigestible protein in pigs that doesn't digest in the human system, on and on and on and on, but ultimately we do not know. God said, do not wear clothing that is a mixture of wool and linen. Why? We don't know. Scientifically, it has been discovered that if you wear wool and linen together, that it kind of maybe confuses the body a little bit. It doesn't know whether to retain heat or to sweat. That's a possible scientific explanation, but we know that the priests have garments that have wool and linen, in it. So ultimately, we don't know why. There's another speculation that maybe because only priests can wear this, that God doesn't want anybody wearing anything similar to what the priests wear. But God never gave an explanation, so ultimately we don't know. So these are only 2 examples of what the Torah calls chukim, commandments that doesn't have an explanation or reason. The only explanation and reason is because God said so. And Father knows best. So if you love Him, you will keep His commandments. So, you remember the old Coke commercial, have a Coke and a smile? Well, have a chukim and a smile. Keep one of those commandments that you don't even know why you're keeping it, but keep it and smile and do it and enjoy it anyway, because you know ultimately that you're pleasing God. You know ultimately that you're fulfilling His will and keeping His commandments, and you continue to be in a right relationship with Him. Shalom, Shavua Tov, and God bless Mishpocha.